Hello everybody and welcome back to Mills Golf. This is going to be a different video today. I wasn't planning on recording this video, but I feel like I need to because I watched this video from Mark Crossfield the other day. Excuse me. It was his recent daily vlog. I'm recording this on July 4th. Happy Independence Day to all you Americans out there. It's a fun time to be alive today. And anyway, I watched this video and I really enjoyed it because it was actually really interesting. Mark Crossfield's a great guy. If you enjoy any golf stuff at all, in terms of content, teaching, course logs, things like that, he's a great guy to go to. And I do recommend him because he's the way he changes people's ideas around the game to help them out is actually really interesting. But one thing that was kind of interesting was his recent daily vlog. We talked about slow play, and I agreed with pretty much everything he was saying, but the one thing I didn't agree with is if slow play is an issue or not. And he posts that if it's an issue, and his poll was, I remember off the top of my head, I watched the video yesterday, it was about 60%, 30% to it's an issue to not an issue kind of idea. And my thought around it is, I think it is an issue. And my thoughts around slow play have changed this past year. I used to hate it. I used to really hate slow play. I'm a fast player. I like to get around as quick as possible. I mean, you're talking to a guy whose his record on 9 holes is 16 minutes on a cart because I enjoyed the challenge of trying to play around as fast as possible. But for me, slow play, it doesn't bother me anymore. Like, for example, it's kind of ironic I'm recording this now because I got a backlog on the course today, right now. So it's kind of ironic I'm recording this video right now. But I think it's rather interesting because to us who love golf and go out and go play to have some fun, we don't mind it. We don't mind slow play really because we're out there to have fun. We're out there because we love the game, and that's great. And it's good for us who love the game just as much as anyone else does who plays the game for a living or who teaches or whatnot. But to those who are just starting and those who are trying to get into the game, I feel like it hampers them to a degree. Because let's take a scenario, for example. I never used to play golf. My birthday's in like a month, and I started playing about 4 or 5 years ago on my birthday. So it'll be my 5th year playing golf. Once my birthday hits in about a month. And I was trying to decide what sport to play because my asthma made me quit a few sports. Made me quit football for sure. Maybe American football. It made me quit American football for sure. It made me quit basketball after a while because it just wasn't doing it for me. It was tough. And even though I did enjoy playing sports like that, I just couldn't play them, unfortunately. But I was trying to decide, and like bowling and golf kind of got on my radar there for the first time ever. And I was looking through them. And I was looking through sports. I tried bowling first. And when I look back, I was like, well, why is that? It's just something that boggled my mind. Why didn't I go to golf first? And a lot of the thing is, let's say I want to go and start out a sport. And I have a sport that, golf for example, you can get a box set or whatever for $100 or so, which is fine. And then you go out and play golf and have some fun. And I think that's a great way for people to start the game. That's how I started, that's for sure. And then there's bowling, where there's balls there. I mean, you can get shoes. Maybe my shoes I had cost like $20 because I wasn't too into it at the time, which is fine, which is about the equivalent to where you're not quite into golf when you first start. You're getting the box set, whatever, and you're doing your thing. So I got the shoes or whatever, and I got and I started playing a little bit. And bowling's similar to golf, you know? It's a game where you play at the standard that you think you play at, and if you exceed your standards to a certain extent, you're happy. And that is that's really the keys to the finding ways why these games are fun, because it challenges your your standards. And it's really interesting how it does that. Sorry, I'm looking back because I'm on a hole right now and I'm looking to see if there's a group coming behind me, which there isn't. But anyway, so I picked bowling, and the reason why is because it's easier to get started. It doesn't take near as long, and I get that golf is like, you're out there to have fun. You're out in the outdoors. You're enjoying it, which I love now. I didn't too like it when I first started, but I've grown to really like it. But to me, for a kid growing up, or someone who's just starting, spending over 4 hours on a sport like that is so hard. It really is. And which I really supported USGA's Play 9 campaign, getting people out there playing. The 9-hole score counts for your handicap. All these things to encourage people to play 9 holes, which is only about a little over 2 hours tends to be. If it's not a busy day on the golf course, it could be around an hour and 45 minutes, depending on obviously distances and conditions and whatnot. Just as Mark Crossfield explained in his video, which is perfectly valid. But to me, for someone who wants to start a sport, things like bowling that take only like 45 minutes to an hour, if you're playing like competition, like if you're playing by yourself in a competitive like setting mindset, if you're only getting done in about an hour, that's so much more appealing. And it's a shame because golf is, I think, a lot more fun, things like that. But it's just a shame that it takes so long. So I'm gonna cut this for a minute. There's a group behind me. I'm gonna start playing a little bit and catch up to the group in front of me, and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I just caught up with the group in front of me, and they actually let me by, which is kind of interesting. But yeah. Anyway, the point I was trying to make before I got cut off there was, it's just golf takes so long. Just naturally it does. It doesn't matter if it's a short course, if it's a long course, if it's a competition, or if it's a Monday morning during the summer, if a kid comes out with not having to go to school and there's no one there. You know what I mean? Golf takes a long time to begin with. So I think it's not an issue for people extremely involved in the sport. I think I think by then you know what to expect. You know if it's a holiday, if it's like right now it's 4th of July for Americans, and I live in America, so people are out playing golf, which is great actually. It's really good for the game itself, but just golf takes long naturally, and that's what people need to understand about slow play, is that it's going to happen. You can't stop it. It's not going away. Slow play is not going to go away, even if a course would just be like, hey, you have 2 minutes to get to your ball and like 30 seconds to hit or something, just for the sake of the argument. Like if they put like timestamps down, you'd have to hire people to be on holes and to time you, and if you get off the time, you get like a warning and then you get kicked off or something. Like things like that aren't the answer. And like letting people by isn't the answer as well. I just got let by a group. But what makes it hard is then they're waiting on you. You know, that's not the answer either. And it's really interesting and odd that it's such an issue outside of our game, because people wonder why golf isn't so popular among the traditional people who play sports. And it's just, the game takes so long. You can play a basketball game in a half hour, you know? It's one of those things, you know? I think in conclusion, really, to my argument is that golf takes long on slightly on purpose and slightly just naturally. It just takes a long time. So saying that slow play is an issue isn't necessarily right, but saying that it's an issue for growing the game is another question, and that's the argument we should be having. Growing the game because of how slow golf takes naturally. That's the argument we should be having. We shouldn't have the argument if slow play is an issue as just slow play, because golf is slow, okay? It's how it is. It's golf. It's what it is. So you can't say that's an issue when it's always been like that, because it has always been like that. It's just traditional people who haven't been like back in the day when golf used to be like gentleman's rich man's sport. That's what it was, and traditional people didn't go out and play it because you couldn't. And now that traditional people, middle class people, normal people are playing the game, now they're understanding because they're coming from other sports, like, hey, this is taking a long time, okay? That's what's going on here. And the issue should not be slow play. Slow play should not be the issue. It is, how are we gonna grow the game since golf is naturally slow? That's what we should be thinking about. So thank you guys for watching. If you like what I do, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. 300 yards for me, like only we can. For me, you guys, because I hope you already know your support is greatly appreciated. And I will see you guys on the next video. Thank you.